Talking football? All right, let's go.
A little bit of football, a little bit of basketball.
Eagles suck.
Shut up.
So what we should do, we should get my wife on here and we have a 4-hour conversation about conspiracy theories.
Ooh, shit.
We can talk about the firmament for a while. We can talk about how we never went to the moon. We can talk about all that kind of stuff.
I only know about local conspiracy theories, like melon heads.
Ooh.
Felt mansion.
We should do a mobile podcast out there in Allegan.
Dude,
We could be like ghost hunters. You can be screaming at the top of your lungs in the woods. What do you want from us here?
We went melon head hunting when I was in high school, and that shit was ridiculously scary.
I bet it was.
For almost no reason.
I bet it was. Our kid want to go is one of the scariest things I've probably ever seen. They want to go from somebody that worked for the IRS.
They said a CPA. I said, ugh, numbers.
Hide your kids, hide your taxes.
But don't hide the kids that you're claiming on your taxes.
This is true. That's right.
You a fan of R. Kelly?
Who isn't?
I'd say a choice number of women. But
And minors.
I was gonna say,
right?
I was gonna say it might be wrong to call them women.
Hey, I've seen dodgeball enough times. It's sterile, and I like the taste.
It's sterile, and I like the taste. Beep 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 beep.
Test.
Smoking cigarettes on air makes me feel like a real broadcaster.
That's right.
This is how you put it out, I think. That's how they tell you in broadcasting school. I never went. It's a waste of money. No.
Tell me we're going to do this whole thing in Russian.
Oh, I don't know any Russian.
Zastarovia.
But there is a Russian...
Roulette.
Yes.
I brought a gun.
Oh, shit. Perfect.
Just on the off chance.
I texted my sister a picture of gifts I was considering getting the twins, and it was Play-Doh, and she said, fuck no.
Oh, what?
And then I sent my cousin Kat a question saying, would Elijah like Play-Doh? And she said, hell no.
Damn.
So Play-Doh is not a good Christmas gift this year, and I'm sorry if you're seeing this too late and you've made the mistake.
How old are they?
It doesn't matter, dude. The moms don't want it. My twin niece and nephew are 4, and Elijah is like 5.
Oh, damn. They're like
5 or 6.
I feel like that's more incentive to get it anyway.
Yeah,
dude.
Because it's hilarious.
Sometimes it's about sending a message.
Kids need fucking Play-Doh.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude. Don't take away their childhood.
No.
Let them build.
Just because you don't want to clean up.
Yeah,
no. Just don't eat it. Build with it.
Exactly.
Right.
Build.
Yeah.
Build.
Take it from your senior. All right. Don't eat it.
Right. and it was like it was
You
like
eat a little bit.
Yeah.
You try it. Nowadays you can.
It is non-toxic.
Try a little bit now.
But they were like, it was like themed too. Like one was like the vet thing. Like it was like a vet clinic.
Oh yeah.
With a dog that has Play-Doh on its hair or something. I don't know. And the other was a dinosaur thing too. Play-Doh thing. Which.
Like the cookie cutter thing?
Yeah, kind of. But I don't know. There was eggs. The Play-Doh for the dinosaur thing came in eggs. And
I remember this.
Yeah, and there's different. You can go to Meijer right now. I put it back on the shelf.
No, you didn't. You took it home for you, didn't you?
No, I do have the dinosaur one in my car.
The truth emerges.
Because I thought, okay, maybe one of them wouldn't like the. Okay, my real thought was, okay, so my sister doesn't want my nephews to have it. Maybe I can get it for my cousin's kid, and she just vetoed that.
Damn.
Right now,
everybody's vetoing the Play-Doh.
Looks like Christmas came early for you.
I know. I'm returning. No, I'm returning the Play-Doh, and no one gets anything. No.
Okay, Scrooge.
Did you give your kid Play-Doh?
No one wants the Play-Doh. I won't give my kid Play-Doh because I don't want to clean it up.
That's factual, though.
So you didn't either?
No, I'm not. I got the Play-Doh, but I don't want to give it to him.
Yeah, rip your carpet, right?
Well,
exactly.
Your
he's
older
past
than
Play.
that.
He's past Play-Doh.
Yeah, he's past.
Yeah.
But I was saying before, did he play?
Oh yeah, no, I've gotten my son Play-Doh, and he's gotten Play-Doh for Christmas before. Yeah,
good man.
Yeah,
we gave into the whole Play-Doh craze, and that Play-Doh is still around today because he didn't use all of it, and yeah, and I think my niece and nephew playing with it currently, like because they have been playing with Play-Doh a little bit. I think that's why my sister's like, hell no, and my cousin is like, hell no, get that away from my children.
Only if you clean it, right?
Yeah,
They may
but
have this if you commit to cleaning it yourself.
I'm not coming over.
We know that. She doesn't know that.
No, she knows that. That's why she said no.
What other fucking gifts? What was your, like, the gift that you hated the most for your, like, that somebody got your kid?
Tablet.
Oh, for sure.
It got him kickstarted on the screens.
Yep, for sure. I'm with
How old?
My son was like 4. Probably.
Oh, man, yep.
What about you? You got older kids.
Yeah, so they, still screens though. Like like the iPad and the iPhone and stuff like that. Even just the iPod, because you can do so much more on those now.
Oh yeah.
And
my son doesn't even my son has an iPhone, so I was gonna say my son doesn't even get the joy of getting a new iPhone or iPod for Christmas. That was my shit.
Yeah.
I remember the Christmas I got. We pulled it up on here. It was when it was either Christmas or a birthday that I got my first iPod Touch, and that was the profile picture that
that we were going
that we
through all the
roasted
pictures?
on here.
Yeah, okay.
But that's a joy to get as like a I don't know when your kids got them. When did your kid get an iPod?
So they had that probably around like 9 and 10.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay, earlier than me, but I also had a cell phone, like a little Virgin Mobile.
See, I didn't have a cell phone until I was like in high school.
Yeah.
I was like 15 years old, and there's a hand-me-down from my grandmother because my parents like, just in case you need it, you never know what's gonna happen. So I'm like, I have this
brick
that I'm just carrying around.
Was it a Nokia brick?
It was a Nokia brick, and the worst part was it's my grandmother, and it was sky blue. Like, what are you, gay? I'm like,
no, it's just for emergencies.
exactly, and no, it's not gay. Sky blue is the most masculine thing I've ever seen.
Look at my eyes. I wish they were this color.
Just dead.
Just dead. But yeah, the first one I had not like really using or functioning was like a Nokia brick basically, and then I got my sister's hand-me-down Virgin Mobile prepaid phone.
Now I might be a little bit older than you guys.
You are.
Maybe by okay, take it easy, all right?
Sorry.
Maybe by a touch, but I don't know if you guys remember Razor phones.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
So I went through
Nextel Razor or Motorola Razor.
It was
My
Motorola,
apologies.
and I thought that phone was so cool for the longest time. And I went through like 4 of those, because like they just broke so easily.
Yeah,
it's
when you make technology so thin,
right. I mean, it's handheld, it's great, but you drop it, it's destroyed, or you're fighting with your girlfriend in high school at the time, and you rip it in half. Whatever. Either way.
I mean, whatever happens to you, I don't know your
way.
story.
Yep,
yeah.
either way.
How old are you?
Old enough to party.
What
sure.
up? Can I get a beer? Actually, speaking of partying, can I get another beer, please?
Are we on?
Yeah. You know what? Before you grab that beer, why don't we just hit the intro real quick? Everybody, welcome back to another episode of Where Is This Going? A podcast about artists you may not know yet, but hopefully will soon grow to appreciate at the very least. And if this is your first time joining us, thank you and welcome to Where Is This Going? I'm your host, Hunter Miles, and usually I have some co-hosts with me, but we're back to our old roots where it's just me and a guest. And today, our beautiful guest is none other than Dutch Roots' very own and Dutchie's Green Room's very own Nick O'Connor. How you doing, Nick?
I'm good, man. Thank you so much for having me on today. I've been looking forward to this for quite a while, so thank you.
Well, hell yeah. I'm so glad that we can finally get you on. You can follow everything Nick's doing or everything Nick's representing today on Instagram at Dutchie's Green Room. That's DUTCHIES Green Room on Instagram, as well as Facebook. Dutch Roots as well on Facebook. Dutch Roots Holland on Instagram.
2. We got 2 of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also, check out the podcast. Hey, if you're listening to this podcast, we appreciate it. You can watch us as well on YouTube, youtube.com/HunterMiles. And you can also follow us on Instagram. Where is this going pod? You can follow me on Instagram, @_HunterMiles, @_HunterMiles. And we are here at Akiro West Studios. Behind the sticks is the beautiful Kyle Aris, that local camera guy. Follow Akiro _productions and that local camera guy. That or that local camera guy. Hell yeah.
No, that's over.
Excuse me. So, Nick, we've known each other now for quite some years. I say quite some. It's about 3 or 4, like since the right before, during the pandemic.
I'd say right around that time. Yep.
So we met. We can do a general history report, basically. Yeah. We met as an organization. Have you heard of We Met?
What? Who?
Have you guys heard? Oh, okay. So you have. But we met.
I don't spend way too much time at Meyer. What are you talking about?
Sorry, I dropped something. We met through guests of the pod, friends of the pod, Bruce and Alex.
Yes, sir.
They've been on this podcast 2 times with Off the Grid. You guys can check out those episodes, but just know that means nothing anymore. Off the Grid is no longer how it was when they were here. Off the Grid is something different, and Off the Grid is something different since you've left it as well, because you were there as well working.
Yep.
And then it's been, I think, semi-documented on this podcast. I think definitely where Off the Grid, Alex and Bruce had split up.
Yep.
2 stores then became, it was Off the Grid, the original.
Yep.
And then The Grid.
The Grid.
Yeah.
Which is now closed.
Yes, I was just gonna say I drove past and I saw that it's looking empty.
See, Hunter was going to open his own store called Grid.
Yeah, just Grid. I figured if we shorten it enough, people will love it even more if it's just one word.
Well, the cool thing was, too, is I was in full support of that because I'm like, finally, the turf war I've been waiting for. Like, we can finally get the gangs together.
We can pick one side, exactly. The side that will win.
It's like a Highlander thing, right? There can only be one.
There can only be Grid.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, the Grid is closing.
Closed. It's closed.
It's closed.
Yeah.
And it's been I knew they were going down when I went there around Halloween, and they had signage for a raffle or something, but they couldn't even spell raffle on it. Oh. It was all on a piñata too. It was bad news bears.
Yeah, the funny thing too was that whole piñata full of candy and stuff was sitting in that back room for almost 2 months before they gave it away.
Oh yeah. Well, that means
so at least it's fresh.
Exactly. I mean, that's how you get rid of product. You give it away.
Exactly.
But so now is a new endeavor. Yes. But you left the other endeavor before it was crashing. Well,
yes,
some might say.
Yes. Pretty much when Alex made his way out of the door is when things really started to decline. We were working with the other person there and stuff, and it just wasn't working out the way that anybody wanted it to, and there was just too much creative difference. And I just couldn't keep myself a part of that in good conscience any longer.
Yeah. Dude, good conscience is a word is a phrase that I search for often when I'm talking. Not to derail your thought.
No, derail.
Part of my spiel when I go to high schools and stuff, when I do the safe driving stuff,
yeah,
I say, I go all over the country talking to young adults such as yourselves about the dangers of impaired driving and distracted driving. And to do that, we have 2 different simulations here. And these simulations are going to be fun. The simulators are very much fun. It's going to be a good time. But I can't in good conscience, that's what I mean to say, But
the point emerges.
Yeah. But anyways, I can't in good conscience move on to that fun until we talk about and I express the severity of what we're talking about. Yeah.
There's always a point, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I ain't you. You couldn't in good conscience continue contributing to a vision that wasn't
right. You know, we had this
original.
whole thing in our minds of how we wanted things to go, and it just didn't work out that way. You know, it's an unfortunate thing when something that you put so much work into just falls apart. You know, after stuff like that. But it's like, you know, clearly we were moved to different places for a reason,
right?
And I didn't really want to be affiliated with something like that anymore either.
Yeah.
You know, so the opportunity with Dutch Roots just kind of dropped into my lap while I was still there, and you know, I made a judgment call, and I haven't looked back since, and it was the best decision I've made.
Yeah, and I think it proves beneficial when you look at everything now currently.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
But also,
what a roller coaster. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But also, it is tough to have that a company. Not to say that the grid was built out of spite, but the perception that it could be, because of things like the name or just even the location, still on the same side of town, blah blah blah.
And that was the thing too, you know.
Right.
It's like I don't harbor any ill will towards either one. You know, it was a loyalty thing for me. You know, I started. You know, Alex brought me over to Off the Grid,
right?
And stuff.
From GNC.
Yep,
you were a GNC boy, right?
I was the manager at that GNC at the time.
You were the GNC man.
The GNC guy. Yep. And then I started doing some part-time stuff over there at Off the Grid with them and stuff. And then, you know, Alex, you know, decided to leave, and I'm like, well, you brought me in, so I'm going to go with you.
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't anything personal or anything. You know, I'm just trying to be a loyal person.
Right.
You know, good person about it. And we tried to do that whole thing, and like I said, when Alex exited the situation is when everything kind of went sideways.
And not for any fault of Alex either. No. Alex now has a blushing career.
Yes.
As an exterminator.
He's doing great.
Yeah,
and I wish him the absolute best. I love him to death. You know, and it was for the best. You know, like nobody saw it for what it was at the time. But just.
Yeah, and it's hard to be in it and see where it can benefit all parties or where parties can benefit from.
No, it's true.
A tough thing like that.
And then you know, for Troy and I, you know, the only reason that we held on as long as we did is because, you know, the three of us put so much work into renovating that place, you know, doing the floors, getting all those display units, securing the people to come in and everything like that, you know.
Building the rapport with the community.
All of that stuff, you know, and it's like you don't want to see something like that just die.
Yeah.
So, you know, we tried to stick it out as long as we could, and it just didn't work out, you know, and take it as a lesson learned, you know, I guess.
I mean, that's all you can do. Yeah.
Yep. And then you adapt, you pivot, and then you go into the next thing, and you know, Dutch happened, and you know, Troy went with me over there too and stuff, and it's been way better, a lot happier, way less stress. Brian and Lisa are great people.
I fucking love Brian and Lisa. I've known them as long as I've known Alex, but not at the same level at all.
Right.
But,
right.
But when I was in rehab, I was getting visits the same time as Alex was. So we were all in one big cafeteria together. So shouts out. But also, anytime that I've come into Dutch Roots and gotten to see them, they've always been the nicest people.
Yeah.
Brian's giving me a lot of knowledge about the product, as well as his experience.
Yeah.
It's a great and we've given shouts out to Dutch Roots before. You guys can see them here.
We appreciate the good words and stuff too. You know, Brian is extremely smart, you know, with everything that he does, and I think you kind of need that, especially with how saturated the market is.
Definitely.
In Holland, well, in Michigan in general, you know, like if you don't know your stuff and you don't have a price point that's able to keep yourself relevant, you're just going to get washed away by the wayside. So, you know, and Brian and Lisa would both give the shirts off their back for anybody. And, it's a real blessing to work for both of them for sure.
Hell yeah. And I really want them to get the notoriety that they should, because one, the flour that comes out of that place is top notch, the best, if not some of the best, but I'll venture to say the best that you can get in the city, well priced as well, of course. But it's also because I've been smoking his weed for years, and it's always been great.
Yep.
That's what I've said. So it's consistently great product, but also not only a great product. When you walk in there, it's a great vibe as well.
That's kind of their whole mission statement too. When I talked to both of them, Lisa and Brian, they were both, we want to make this place as welcoming for everyone as possible, no matter who you are, where you're coming from, a chill atmosphere, not being pushy or anything like that.
Right.
We have a whole common area where you can sit down, watch
loungy, dude.
Yeah,
it gets
loungy.
loungy.
If you want to sit down, get a cup of coffee or something like that, chill for a while. We have a full yoga studio in there too, that people can take advantage of with classes, sound baths. I do some martial arts stuff out of there as well.
Dang, doggy.
Yeah, we're talking
jiu-jitsu or what?
No, I practice Sistema.
Okay.
I've taken martial arts for about 20 years now, but I've been doing the Sistema stuff for a while, and it's a great practice space for me to be in there doing that. We're thinking about renting the space out to people too if they want to do different events in there and everything like that, to kind of make it a community space rather than like this is just our thing.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. And you don't know what's going on with people. So, if somebody's got a safe haven they can go to and stuff like that and just feel all right being somewhere, that's what we're trying to press.
Yeah, and see familiar faces, but also that sense of community that comes with a place that you not only you don't only like the people there, but you also go do yoga there. You do sound baths. Like, you get great attire there. Like, they have a lot of clothing products and scents,
incense, clothing, apparel, CBD, CBN, CBG, CBD for pets,
right?
A little bit of everything for everyone. And that's the thing, right? It's like you have to stay relevant.
Exactly. You have to
in this
cater.
kind of thing.
You have to cater to a plethora.
And people are picky.
Stay marketable.
People are picky, and you have to have something that sets you aside from the rest, because, anybody can be a run-of-the-mill sticker shop.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So.
Okay, so speaking of, we have to talk about the concept, because we are in Michigan, where weed is legal.
Yes.
And there's plenty of recreational and medical dispensaries. Anyone over the age of 21 can purchase weed from with an ID from a recreational dispensary. Here in Holland specifically, we'll say Ottawa County, but I'll say Holland specifically.
Yep.
We do not have any. We once had a medical dispensary.
Really? Oh, you talking about Pure West?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I believe they were a compassion club.
Yeah.
So not technically a dispensary. You had to be a club member. But now we have sticker shops. Yep. No longer smoke shops, because they're called sticker shops, which every sticker shop that's advertised on this podcast has been a sticker shop.
Yep.
Where you don't buy weed, you buy a sticker. And that sticker, with that sticker, you get a free gift, or not only a sticker. Some places wasn't a sticker. Some places, it was Lego figurines.
Yep.
Which you've also seen on this podcast.
Everybody's got a gimmick.
Yeah. But I think whose idea was that?
It was mine.
Yeah, I figured as much. It was Star Wars, so I had assumed.
Well, I think everybody landed on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough.
It
was something different.
Yeah,
as
let's
well.
do something different. You know what I mean? And with the sticker thing, Holland we know is a little bit stingy. You know what I mean? So we do try and tailor everything that we're doing in a medicinal, medical way.
Right.
We don't want to be just another run of the mill sticker shop. We want to be able to tailor our strains, all of our stuff, to what specific ailments and specific things that people are suffering with.
Right.
to kind of break the stigma. You know what I mean? Because I think still a lot of people still hold the whole sticker and cannabis thing in a weird light.
Where it's the in between a dispensary and street.
Right, exactly. And that's what we're trying to break away from. You know what I mean? And I think that's starting to happen now. Like, honestly, me personally, I think Holland really needs to go recreational.
Most definitely.
I mean, the infrastructure and everything, like look at Boulder, Colorado, you know what I mean?
And
like,
think of the tourism we already have.
Oh, massive. You know
we
what I
already
mean?
have in the spring massive tourism, and that would giving Holland the ability to put up other things that tourists from other states and cities they're available to purchase their weed there. Yeah. Maybe they just flew in. Wouldn't they want to purchase their weed here?
Exactly.
Yeah. But no, everything has to be backdoor here and kind of like semi-secretive.
And I think the city themselves could completely destroy that entire stigma by just making it rec and being over it. Like,
exactly.
I mean, like, look how long it took for alcohol to happen in Zealand and stuff like that. You
Precisely.
know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
But you're trying to argue that this alcohol thing and bars everywhere is, I mean, we're basically, a craft beer town now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like
New Holland. I mean, it's Holland, Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo,
right,
Saugatuck. Like it's basically it goes right along the lakeshore, Grand Haven,
all of it.
We're all in the craft brewing business.
So I'm saying, like, like if your argument's like, oh, it's a gateway or it's this or it's that, it's like, I mean, I'll argue the whole cannabis alcohol conversation every day of the week.
Oh yeah, and I think that's an easy comparison or an easy win rather for cannabis. But
no, I agree.
And to say that alcohol consumption went up in Zealand when Triple Root or when any of these bars. I don't think that's accurate or fair to say.
I don't think so either. I mean, I would almost argue like the liquor stores.
Yeah.
Maybe. But like that stuff, no. I think that's an exaggeration.
But also, how many liquor stores even are there in Zealand? Like Zealand city limits, there's like 2.
Yeah, I
maybe.
think so.
I think if they weren't selling alcohol, how were they able to get that statistic?
Oh, yeah, right. Before, maybe it's gone up. Sure.
Yeah, it's tripled from what?
From 0. No, like basically saying like if you consumed alcohol like that, if that's counted in the census or survey or whatever.
A poll.
Yeah, people are taking a poll of Zealand. How many of you consume alcohol? How much alcohol do you consume? And then after we get the liquor stores, after Zealand is no longer a dry city. Or at least, I know it was on Sundays for a bit too.
Yeah, it was. I forgot about that. Yeah.
But then new poll. New
We're
survey.
always about 10 years behind the times, right? Yeah.
Right. Exactly. But speaking of the times, and this is a decent segue, I guess. The times is we are recording this episode because we normally record on Mondays, as you may recall from us mentioning that before. Not this episode, but past episodes. And if you want to know what episode, go look at all of them. But
do it.
But we record this on Mondays, which means Christmas is on a Monday, which means we can't record on Christmas because we have families. I mean, not that I'm doing anything on Christmas, but Kyle has a family, wife and children.
We're coming over anyway.
Wife and children. A family to tend to. So we're recording this a little bit early. We're banking the episode if you whatever.
Graceful.
So thank you. But I wanted to emphasize that when I came into the studio today, it's just a solo episode for me. Meaning I don't have my co-host here. There was on the desk here a present that was beautifully wrapped, and I have the wrapping paper, and it is right here. Kyle, our beautiful producer back there, that local camera guy, he got me a PBR. Just kidding, it's underwear. They're boxers.
Oh,
he got me beer boxers.
Nothing says best friendship like underwear.
Hell yeah, dude. From one of my favoriteest beer brands. And not only that, we might have chronicled the loss of one of my most prized possessions that I only had for a couple months. It was a Barack Obama notebook. that I got from the Smithsonian, the Museum of African American History, not the Smithsonian. Or maybe they're in the same building. I don't remember. So that notebook is lost, and all the jokes within it. But to replace it almost, Kyle just got me, since I like black things and being black, Kyle got me just a black notebook.
Very nice.
Which I really appreciate that. And I feel bad because I didn't get him shit. So, sorry, Kyle. Merry Christmas.
You filthy animal.
You filthy animal. Also, I've watched both of those, Home Alone 1 and 2, twice with my son, and he just won't sit through the second one without getting on his phone.
I thought the second one was better than the first.
Thank you. I'm trying to relate with him about New York. I said, I've been to New York. That's pretty scary. Rob Schneider's in the movie. I go, oh, I've worked with him. I do anything to pull this kid in. I just try to gloat to my kid.
That's okay. We know you're a celeb.
Also, I'm sorry. I didn't. It is Christmas, and I didn't get you anything, and I apologize for that.
I'll let it slide this time.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, I brought you guys a little something.
Oh, really?
If that's okay.
Is that true?
I did.
Is that so?
Well, I can't say this from just me. I want to say this is from Brian, Lisa, myself, Troy, the whole Dutch Roots family.
The Dutch Roots fam.
To you guys. A little goodie bag here of some of our best products.
Ooh.
I brought a couple of our pre-rollies.
Ooh, some fat doobs.
Some fat doobies for you guys.
Don't light that up.
Lisa makes these amazing infused pretzels.
Okay.
For the holidays.
Is it the pretzels or the icing that's infused?
It's the icing.
Okay.
So this one is 25 milligrams for this guy right here.
Ooh, holiday festive.
And this guy right here is 50 milligrams if you're really looking to get your bah humbugs on.
Oh, which we always are.
And then, of course...
I might eat both of these. Sorry, Kyle.
Yeah, that's okay. and he'll be comatose by the time this episode's done.
That mixed with the joint?
And then a little bit of our bud. This is our LA Confidential. This is one of our top sellers here. So this is just kind of a thank you Christmas gift to you guys from the whole Dutch Roots squad. So
well, thank you.
We hope you guys enjoy all that.
Merry Christmas. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. What do we have? Jingle bells? Yeah, it's all right. Don't search for it.
I want to. We always get something stupid.
Ching, 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 ching. All right. Well,
yes.
Thank you so much.
Spark that baby up, man.
I'm about to. While I spark this up, let's start our plug talk. This week's plug talk brought to you by Dutch Roots. Go to Dutch Roots. I used to have your address here. I don't have it on
321 Douglas.
321 Douglas, right there next to Orange. And don't go to Orange.
It's by Sluggos.
Sluggos.
Great pizza.
Sluggos, KO Cuts, right?
That's Presidential Cuts.
Oh, Presidential Cuts?
We're getting through this together, buddy.
Oh, yeah. We're figuring out the geography ourselves.
It is on a road.
It's on there. On that road. Ottawa Beach Road. Douglas. I keep doing that.
You're doing so good, honey.
It's on the way to the beach, though.
You're doing good, man.
You head to the beach, but first you stop at Dutch Roots.
There's a beach.
Plugs. I don't have much for plugs. I'm not doing a lot in February. If you're listening to this and you're on a college campus in February, maybe your college is going to the APCA National Conference. Maybe I'll be there showcasing. I will. But maybe you can tell your advisors, your campus activity board advisors, your student activity board. It's really just those two. Whatever, whoever books the entertainment at your college, tell them to look out for me and then place a bid on me. I'll be out there around.
I'm Hunter. I'm at the beach.
I'll be in Hershey, Pennsylvania at the APCA National Conference around Valentine's Day. Other than that, I will be hosting for Nicole Melnick in late January. More to come on that. And I will be guest hosting Park Theater Open Mic in late January. More to come on that as well.
Yes. Support Park Theater.
Yeah.
Support your local talent.
It's a great time. ParkTheaterHolland.org. for all the activities and events going on there. You guys got any activities and events going on over there?
I do actually have a couple that I wanted to bring up that we are doing. So let me see here. We have a sound bath, a 420 friendly sound bath that will be happening February 3rd from 5 to 6:30.
Okay. Is that around the? Is that? It's not a Sunday, is it?
It is going to be a Saturday. That's going to be for Bob Marley's birthday. So we'll be having some giveaways, some packages and stuff like that for people.
Can you explain briefly what a sound bath is?
Absolutely. So a sound bath is typically you have these like bowls, and you use different sounds to hit different frequencies, and it's supposed to hit different parts of your chakras. So it's
Singing bowls?
Yes, yeah, like that. The chick that does it, her name is Jen Geitzen. She's great. She makes it a whole experience for everybody, really comfortable. The last time we had like 30 people in there. It was a really great turnout. And then we're going to be doing a 420, so April, obviously, event. We're going to be doing, we're going to have the Walk Me Up food truck guys showing up again. They were at our last event, so really awesome, authentic Korean food. Really tasty stuff. Great guys over there. And yeah, we really just want to get people out and over and having some community fun and saying thank you and giving back to you guys for giving us such amazing support since we've been open. Honestly, the whole community, all of you guys have been great. So we just want to say thanks to you guys. So make sure you guys come and post up and see that.
Hell yeah! If you went to the event, the last event we talked about here with the raffle, you may remember the food truck there. Delicious, and it was same food truck. So
yes,
fucking check it out. That's on 420 or it's.
Yep, that one's going to be on
April.
420.
Okay.
Yep. And then Bob Marley's birthday one we're doing is going to be February 3rd.
Hell
so
yeah.
That's going to be coming up soon.
It's got to be right before. That's got to be right before the Super Bowl, right?
I think so. Let me
I'd
check
imagine.
one more time. Let me see. Just making sure I'm not missing anything else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
February 11th.
Okay, so it's the week before the Super Bowl. Hell yeah! And again, follow Dutchie's Green Room on Instagram. There's also Dutchie's Green Room on Facebook. It's Dutchie's Green Room, all one word, DUTCHIES, and also Dutch Roots Holland on Instagram, and check out Dutch Roots on Facebook as well.
Definitely. When you guys come through, remember, first-time shoppers get a free gift for coming through, so don't forget about that. And your first yoga class is free as well. So you can take a look at our yoga classes and stuff on the website as well and sign up for those. And then, like I said, come by and see us and pick up that free gift.
Hell yeah. Also, you had said, was it Sistema? Mm-hmm. What is that?
It is basically, it's what the Russian Special Forces team takes.
Of course it is.
The Spetsnaz. So basically the whole thing is based upon relaxation and breathing so that you don't get gassed out and exhausted if you're having to fight multiple people at the same time, so adrenaline doesn't take over.
Ooh, sounds like some Steven Seagal shit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You know me, I got the ponytail and everything. But no, yeah, we do stuff with like gun disarm, knife disarm, stuff like that. Shout out to Sistema Grand Rapids.
This is Steven Seagal.
I think he's actually Aikido, which is
You're
more
right,
like
you're right.
throw-based
My
stuff.
bad.
But no, yeah, so it's cool stuff. Like I said, it's a great space to practice. So anybody that's a fellow martial artist or anything like that, Kung Fu, TKD, anything like that, you want to come and use a space and move around and stuff and do some stuff, anyone is welcome.
Oh, yeah. TKD, that's Taekwondo.
He knows.
Yeah.
He knows.
I'm well versed. Speaking of sports and exercise, we're going to get down to our sports section of the podcast.
Finally.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Oh, she's out of here. That's where she's going. First off, in the sports news, the Warriors, Draymond Green, is entering counseling after his suspension and will miss at least 3 more weeks. Are you aware of his of his original suspension, or I guess
I am.
the actions leading up
I
to?
saw a couple things about this. The first one was I think Draymond Green has been thrown out of basketball games more times than the Pistons have wins this year.
Well, he's his third ejection in 15 games, so
Right.
probably.
It's that whole
Yeah.
Michigan State mentality, man. I'm telling you, they're just brutal over there.
I don't like to hear that. What do you think? We're all a bunch of thugs. Would you like this?
Proof is in the pudding.
I don't want to make you smoke it either.
That's okay. I like your peer pressure.
So he's starting a counseling program, but he was suspended indefinitely after striking Phoenix Suns center Nurkic in the head during the game, and I believe that's after the headlock, right? I want to see a timeline on
Yeah, I haven't seen the logistics
Draymond's
on
assaults.
that one. Yeah.
Oh.
Like for the suspension, it came from when he hit that dude. Like this indefinite one.
Oh, okay. From when he,
Like he flailed around and
Yeah.
punched the dude right in the face.
yeah, okay, I recall. Is that showing? Is that playing in the side there? Yeah, it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's when he turned around and socked that dude in the face. But before that, he was choking out someone else, Rudy Gobert.
Yep.
I just saw that Rudy Gobert,
Chokehold.
and the league did 5 games after the incident with Rudy Gobert. That's not the answer to pick a number. The answer is to help Draymond. Yeah, get him counseling. That's basically what they're saying.
I don't know why. I mean, I feel like basketball needs a lot more hands-on physical contact. Probably bring the viewership up a bit.
Well, I mean, I would imagine that their viewership did go up when Draymond was like hitting people. Like when you when you think there might be a brawl in the game.
Your phone just gets a notification. Draymond Green's fighting again.
Exactly. You're more willing to tune in. So I think it makes sense.
You like the Warriors?
I like Steph Curry.
I like Steph Curry too. You look like him.
Exactly. That's why I like him, because we look the same. But that's the only reason.
You got a better 3-shot than he does too.
Oh, that's absolutely not true. I quit
It is. I played him.
before varsity.
I played him.
Did I have anything else here? Oh, it's not much news. Not that I love to talk about, but ladies and gentlemen, the Eagles is sucking right now. Not that they're sucking, but there's talk about them sucking, and I won't just subscribe to it. I'll tell you that.
Too late.
Just hit subscribe.
Sorry, we got an ad. Article's full of ads.
The damn New York Post, the failing New York Post.
It might turn on again.
Thank you. But no, it is the article we were talking about is just Jason Kelce reacting to what Jalen Hurts had said about just us not being committed enough. Us,
What did he say?
as if I'm a part of the Eagles. Jason Kelce did nothing but agree, really. He had no issues with what Jalen Hurts said, but Jalen Hurts was saying how the now 10-4 squad just isn't committed enough after the loss to the Seahawks there. Lost by 3. It was a really close game. It was the night of the last time we recorded this podcast, and let me tell you, I didn't have a great night after the pod. I'm kidding, but
okay,
it
buddy.
was upsetting. I went to the Parrots right after the podcast and just watched the loss. But it was a close loss. Doesn't make it feel any better, especially when you're looking at their record too, the Seahawks record.
Yeah.
I'm a Lions fan. If that
It looked like a Lions loss.
makes
Exactly.
if it makes you feel any better about your football team,
It does a little bit.
yeah, I bet it does.
I'll say that.
Yeah, it should.
It's all right. The rest of my podcast crew are Lions fans. So, Kyle, would you like this joint?
Are you from Philly?
No, I'm not.
You guys can
I just enjoy. My dad's not from Dallas, but he's a Cowboys fan.
Okay,
So
okay.
I figured I can do the exact opposite.
Yeah. I love it when you just do you.
Yeah, dude. That's what I do. Who else can I do?
Nope.
But myself, you know? Who else? I think that's how it goes. Yep.
He's
that's
a real
it.
giver to himself.
I'm a self-pleaser. Speaking of pleasure,
Finally.
I think that brings us to our next segment. A little, a little time we like to call. Where is this going? Romantically, of course.
I hope it's romantic all my life. Surrounded by couples all the
Shut up, bitch!
And first,
Nice segue.
when it comes to our this is where is this going romantically, of course, our relationship advice segment. If you'd like us to answer your relationship advice, or if you'd like a dream you have to send to us, or if you want to share a conspiracy theory with us now, we'll figure out a name for that segment. But you can email us at whereisthisgoingpod@gmail.com or DM us on Instagram at whereisthisgoingpod. First off, my boyfriend gives me horrible gifts and I'm fed up. Female 23, male 27.
She sounds great already.
We've been together since 2019. That's about 4 years. Yeah. Hell yeah. Got it. Our first Christmas together, I got him an Alexa with the accessories to make his apartment a smart home. She got him a smart home.
It's just so she could track him.
Yeah.
Watch him. She's got the whole setup at her house.
He moved into an apartment around his birthday, so I got him a microwave, toaster, silverware, etc. His most recent birthday, I got him an at-home golf set because he recently became obsessed with golf.
Sheesh.
It cost more than I expected, but I was happy to give it to him. Our first Christmas together, he gave me a video game and the money he owed me. For my birthday, he got me another video game. Well, do you like video games?
I would say, did she want the video game?
Exactly. I mean, that's, you got to be honest. My birthday and Christmas is coming up. Well, poor grammar there. My birthday and Christmas are coming up, but it is the same day, so I get it now. I bought him a signed Steelers football because that's his favorite NFL team.
Okay.
He just told me the gift he got me, and this might be dramatic, but I had to stop myself from crying. He went on a solo vacation earlier this year, and my birthday present is that he printed the pictures from his vacation
This is made up.
and put it in a photo book.
What?
This is made up.
This is his gift to everyone. His mom, his sister, brother, friends, and me. He mentioned it before, and I politely told him I did not want that gift. I actually told him I would hate it, and he laughed it off. I've been telling him since we started dating that I like jewelry and would love that as a gift. He tells me he hates going into jewelry stores, and more recently, a couple of days ago, said, "You already have so much jewelry. Why would I buy you more?" At this point, it feels disrespectful, and finding out my gift today, I told him just not to give me anything. It literally feels like he doesn't care about me or my feelings. He calls me materialistic because I like to buy myself things, and I feel like if I tell him how I truly feel, he'll just call me materialistic some more, and maybe I am materialistic. Maybe this is a sweet and thoughtful gift, and I ruined it for him. I can tell you, lady, it's not that sweet and thoughtful if he's giving it for everyone in his family.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. You are not special.
You're not special, but look at me and the fun time I had on vacation.
Okay, so if this is really real, and it sounds pretty far-fetched at this point, but if this is real, then yeah, she needs to get Audi 5000.
For sure.
Like,
Yeah, no,
clearly guy's a piece of shit. Like,
I don't think that's being materialistic also, just saying what you want.
But
And
is he just oblivious, or is he doing it on purpose and he knows it?
Well, he tries to justify it. He goes, "Why would I get you that? You already got that shit. Why would I get you more?
Yeah, I would probably.
You materialistic bitch." That's what he's saying.
I would probably take your home setup and golf clubs back and leave them on the curb. But that's just me. I'm a selfish broad like that, though.
Yeah, I'd run over that golf set in a heartbeat.
Ooh, vindictive too. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's me.
You need a little spice in the relationship. I always say.
Someone striving for stoic says bad gift givers don't suddenly reform ever, and I'm not a great gift giver, I'll tell you that, but I try my best to be thoughtful. That's me personally talking.
Well, that's what it matters. Is,
100
right?
miles?
It's
Yeah.
the thought. It's like, you know, dollar signs shouldn't make any difference at all.
I try my best to do things that will make your life easier, and that's the best gift I can give you.
He does give a mean foot rub, everybody.
Yes, and a pee-pee touch. He's telling you who he is. Believe him. This won't get better. You're bending over backwards to get expensive, thoughtful presents, and he's literally dismissing your feelings and calling you names for wanting things.
That answer.
Yeah. True.
Yep, that answer.
That's cut and dry.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's time to move on. Yeah, lady. What's your name? What's your screen name, lady? I like Peaches.
Peaches.
I like Peaches 24. Dump the man. He sucks. 4 years, a little bit of time wasted. But I'm glad he gave you that money he owed you. Your first Christmas. That is good.
One for the books.
And on your birthday, you get to give him a signed Steelers football as his last gift from you. Just make it the last gift. I think that'd be the best move. Anyways, I like Peaches 24. I hope you're listening to the podcast. I'll put a link on your comments. Moving on. And by on your comment, I meant on your post. You can see the episode when it's done. Next up, my boyfriend just canceled our Christmas trip with my family.
Oh.
28-year-old male and 24-year-old female. Basically, my boyfriend has a history of being a workaholic of sorts. And our last major fight, one of our only fights, I might add, we get along very well, was about how I don't feel like I'm a priority for him. In the heat of the moment, he said that he doesn't want balance until he has millions in the bank. Which, go for billions so it makes it a nice, like, clean alliteration.
True.
I don't want balance until I got billions in the bank. You know? It rolls off the tongue better, sir.
Got all those bees.
All them bees, son. Keep in mind, I am not high maintenance at all, and for months, all I'd ask for was a simple date that he would plan. Little gestures mean much more to me than anything, but it seems like they're an inconvenience for him at best. Man, it's sad to say that both of the men that have been described in these past two relationships are very close to me. Not to say that these guys are the same as me, but I've also been described as these ways. Not as in people have also asked these things from me. That's all I'm saying. I'm not perfect, and I'm still trying.
That's all that matters, too.
Thank
You
you.
did your best.
Not always. But now I am. Doesn't matter, dude. Too little, too late. We ended up talking it out, and we both came to an understanding that after being together for almost 2 years, we had gotten comfortable and need to continue to strive to be better for ourselves in our relationship. It was always resolved, and we've gotten along well since then. Until yesterday. LOL.
Oh, no.
Essentially, my family has invited him to our annual ski trip out west at a very nice ski resort. Just jealous, I'm sorry. I have two sisters who have never invited a guy on the trip, and I'm the youngest, so it was a big deal when he got invited last year. We all had a great time, and as well, all are avid skiers. I feel like it's a great gesture on behalf of my family to welcome him and everything. However, I do feel as though he doesn't put in effort with my family a lot. For example, his birthday was on the trip last year. My dad got him an extremely nice dinner, bottle of wine, etc., and everyone was in a good mood, but he just sat there looking miserable. Maybe he doesn't like wine.
I don't know, man. You should at least fake the experience for something like that. At least I would.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So that brings me to yesterday. We've had to get our ski passes and flight tickets 6 months ago because they sell out. In addition to dinner reservations, lodging, etc., my family is covering everything except his ski pass. Yesterday, he randomly goes, "Would it be a big deal if I didn't come this year?" Knowing that anytime you say that, it would be a big deal. That's why you phrase it that way. Hey, would it be a big deal if I didn't come this year? And I was confused. And I said, "What do you mean?" He then said he has a lot of work to do and wants to get ahead for the new year. Keep in mind, the trip is over Christmas, so that would mean we wouldn't spend Christmas together. Some other information. He tends to say he needs to do work a lot, in my opinion, to avoid other plans. Whenever the weekend is around the corner, I ask him what we should do. He always says, "I need to get some work done." And then I'm the one who has to plan anything at all. He might get some stuff done, but usually he's just chilling, watching YouTube or on his phone. So it's not like he's actually getting work done. Anyways, the whole ordeal made me feel like they had a big fight. She drones on for too long. But Oh yeah. Why don't I always just skip to the too long didn't read? Boyfriend says he doesn't want to come on Christmas vacation with my family because he wants to get ahead on work, which I already got to. Anyways, are you a workaholic, Nick?
No, well, I know that there's value in working hard and dedicating to your craft.
Right.
But as far as the whole balance thing goes, like he was talking about, or she was talking about, you can definitely work for a goal and try and gain more money and stuff like that, but still have values for your girlfriend, for your family, for outside things besides
Right.
work. To me, it sounds like it's a cop out.
Because those things should be motivate. Like, if anything, that should be the motivation for your hard work. So you shouldn't deny, or not deny, but ignore that, neglect that for the work. Why else are you working if not for that?
Exactly. I work hard for my family. That's it. You know what I mean? Of course, I want like nice things, but I want nice things for them. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to like, sacrifice those people and that stuff for my job.
Exactly.
And like I said, I think bro's copping out. I think he's trying to avoid spending time on purpose. Because if he's just dicking off on his phone and doing YouTube stuff and not really doing anything, and it's a holiday, it sounds like he's just kind of put out with a relationship, not anything to do with his job.
Right. Or just doesn't know how to say, I just want some alone time.
Yeah, space. Just be like, I need some space.
Like, you can try to communicate that better than just...
Has he ever just said, I don't like your side of the family?
Yeah.
And I just don't want to be around?
I mean, that's what it seems like.
That's what it seems like to me.
Sounds like it's a recipe for the relationship to end to me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if she's
most
like
definitely.
really attached to her family and like can't
sure.
get over that rift there, then yeah. That's what it sounds like to me. He just needs to come out and say, yo, dude, we don't mesh in the family.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
And I think...
See what she says.
Yeah, I need more like backstory on like the why he was sitting there looking miserable, when he got an amazing gift.
Because he didn't want to be around that fucking family.
Exactly.
He's like,
That's
this
fair.
Gift.
That's fair
I don't
enough.
want the gift. I didn't even want to be here.
He probably feels like he
now
owes.
I feel like I have to do this,
Yeah,
but I don't want to.
Feels like he owes them the experience.
I guess I didn't think about that either, because it's like, how much do you think she fabricated what she said? Like maybe it was a terrible time the entire time for him.
Maybe he never wanted to go in the first place.
This usually doesn't. This happens only when Q says that.
Right.
Q is usually the first person to go. But what if she's making it up? what if she's completely exaggerating? Blah blah blah. All right. Before the podcast continues, I will eat this.
Going deep on the 50, huh?
Going deep, yeah. Dude, 25 milligrams. Is it so what is it? Like, I'll eat a 25 milligram gummy and nothing. But is it different if it's in a frosting? Is it different if it's in a brownie? Is it different, like, what kind of weed was used to make the...
Or who's making it.
Or who's making it. I mean, like, what is the deal there? Because I hear, like, 25 milligram, that should do you good. It does nothing any time I've ever had 25 milligram anything.
High tolerance, dude.
Yeah, well,
tolerance.
Tolerance has a lot to do with it. The strain does have a lot to do with it. Like, if you're using something that's, like, mostly sativa based, like, I know I'm going to be in for the panic attack of a century, which I'm not about. And then a lot of it goes down to what you're using. Like, most of the time people use distillate, and then however much distillate that you wanted to put into it to, to cut your batch and stuff like that. Like, when they made this first round of these ones, they did it, Brian and Lisa did it a little heavy, which is why it turned to be like more like 50. And then he dialed it down and just did, like a gram or something like that. I don't know what it was, the logistics on it. You'd have to ask him. But, and then these ones turned out to be 25. But like the ones that I had that he said was 25, like I took half of that and I was twacked. So,
how long does that typically take to kick in when you eat? Because it's a different high. It's a different.
So for me, I typically have a fairly fast metabolism because I lift and I eat a lot and stuff like that. So things metabolize pretty quick for me, unless I've eaten something beforehand, which I definitely try to do now to counter some of the hit and stuff like that.
The intensity.
Yeah, for sure. And then, if I do it on an empty stomach, it's like that. But I think metabolism has a ton to do with it and stuff. And I think body weight and like how much fat you have and stuff on your body has a lot to do with it. Because from what I've heard, like marijuana or whatever it is, binds to fat cells and stuff better. And
So you would now that begs the question. Now that begs the question.
Fat around here, bro. Slide me that 25. Let me try that. Let's see if, see if I get
No, yeah, it's for you. Please try it.
Does the weed then stick to the fat and make you higher, or take longer than?
I think the metabolism
at-
time is probably a little bit slower, but I
Meaning
do
it
think the
stays in
higher
your-
is stronger.
It stays in your system.
Longer?
Right? Yeah.
That's why it takes 30 days.
Yeah, for
marijuana.
fat people to get weed out. But for me,
I think it's because it metabolizes through the liver and stuff like that.
For me, it would take quicker though. It only takes like 2 weeks maybe.
Well, you're a beanpole, so you probably have a really fast metabolism too.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You're beanful.
I am,
In the best way.
and I appreciate that.
You're a thick beanpole if that makes you feel any better.
I'll take it. I
Yeah.
used to have a donk, but I don't anymore.
Too many jogs.
Yeah, no, too much crack actually.
Huh? I mean, that would cause you to jog, I guess.
Get that crack.
I know you got places to be.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a new thing here at Where's This Going. Usually we do Where's This World Going, our new segment. This is Where's This World Going, just the headlines. And then we're gonna get through these headlines. Thank you. Check out some reels and then probably get out of here. I don't want to hold you too long. Also,
He wants me to leave.
I know it. We didn't answer. You didn't answer the question. How old are you?
Oh, man. You're going to put me on the spot on a podcast, bro?
Well, now it's we teased it right before we started the pod, so
We're pretty far.
I want to give them a payoff now.
I'll only say it and you get a guess and you get a guess and then I'll tell you.
Okay, Kyle, you guess first because you're closer to it, I'm sure.
You're acting like you're pretty old.
Really?
You acted early.
My wife says I'm a giant kid.
I do have.
Like you were saying, old enough to party. You know,
Yeah.
You don't even want to say your age.
I do got.
So I'm gonna say 42.
Okay.
I was gonna say I do have a
Well, you
key.
don't look 42.
I have a key bit of information for sure.
Oh, okay. All right, what's your guess?
Huh. But it still throws me off because it doesn't seem possible.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
I would say
dude.
30. I would say 37 by looks.
I would say 38 too. I gotta go 38.
Man, so this is funny. So you two are probably the first people that have like said things closer to what I am. Most of the time people think I'm like 25, 26.
But mine is because I know you.
Right. So
And
people
my key bit of information is that I have worked an event your child was at.
Oh.
Okay.
So that's what I took.
Okay,
That's
okay.
what I took into.
I am 35 years old.
Fuck.
35?
5.
Oh, now that doesn't even make sense for my
That's why
math.
I was like, I was gonna guess high because you're acting like.
It's my stepkid, bro.
Oh, idiot! I forgot.
Fooled ya.
I'm a stupid dum dum.
Yep.
Well, damn. Okay, I'm 33.
Okay. Yeah. Only two.
No,
but
yeah,
you're age ambiguous.
Yeah, most of the time I get like 20 between 26 and 28. Yeah, most of the time.
That makes sense though. Fuck. Stupid.
Like I said, it's probably my lingo.
Yeah. No, I did.
Is it when I said whippersnappers?
I was gonna say 36 though for sure, and then I had to go higher because. God damn it. Stupid. All right. Oh yeah, what are we doing? We're doing just the headlines.
Oh, just yeah.
Trump insists he hasn't read Mein Kampf. That's on here twice. Trump attacked for echoing Hitler and says he's never read Mein Kampf. And I don't want to dig into these, but to me that means, I'm assuming, he's being accused of quoting Hitler.
Okay.
And he goes, quote him, I've never even read his shit. Which is a fair argument.
So here's my only question. Did he say it in German?
Yeah. He goes, I don't even know the guy.
Now, if he said it in German, I'd be like, all right.
All right, maybe he just heard it somewhere.
That could be.
That could be. If he's echoing Hitler.
He's just waving to Melania.
Do you know German?
Me?
Yeah.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Yeah. You can?
Do you know more than that?
Yeah.
So I was taking it on Duolingo there for a while. I have a buddy that's like one of my best friends that's from Germany, and he comes and visits often and stuff. So I was trying to learn some stuff, because of him and stuff like that. And I was doing it pretty solid there for a while. And then I just kind of dropped off. So like I know a few phrases. I could probably sing every single Rammstein album for you if you want that. And then like, basic numbers and stuff like that. But, I could probably understand some conversational stuff, but, like fluently, absolutely not.
So you can understand more of it than you can speak it. Is that true? Is it fair to say?
Yeah, I catch the words, and it's probably
Right.
from like, the Rammstein thing,
Right.
and then just the stuff I've read and stuff like that, and hearing him talk and stuff. Yeah, I can pick up on it and I can understand it better.
Hunter, have you ever taken another language or learned another?
Spanish.
Is it? I wonder. Can you understand it like when other people talk it better first, or can you speak it better first?
Oh, I can hear it better first.
Yeah.
Speech always seemed harder for me.
Yeah. I tried taking German also in
It is very
college.
close to English.
My
in a lot
only
of
issue
ways.
is I joined in on the second semester, me thinking that it was just still German 101.
Oh, sure.
Just now starting. I thought it was just a semester class. It's a year-long class, meaning the second semester, they'd already spent the first semester learning German.
I just got in this class to go on the trip, so
Right, just joined at the very end.
yeah.
It's a Bert Kreischer type move.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as soon as everyone was speaking, like the teacher was speaking to everyone in German, everyone was replying in German.
Okay.
I faked a phone call and left the classroom,
Slid out of there.
and then turned to that same phone and dropped the class.
I gotta take this,
immediately.
danke, thank you.
yeah.
Danke schön?
Slide
I
the
don't
fuck
know.
out of here.
But yeah,
man.
so
I've always
I
loved
only know
German.
Spanish, and I always wanted to learn German because I had a one of my best friends in high school was Theo Gierisberg, our German foreign exchange student.
Mm-hmm.
Him and his brother Hannes, Jan, whatever. But I remember for a very short time phrases that Theo would teach us, which were obviously
Bad words.
yeah,
Yep.
a profane.
York did that for me too when he was here. Yep.
But I want to be able to call him now, many a year later, and just have an actual conversation with him. But he knows English, so I can still do that.
I've always been so like fascinated with German too, because like it always reminds me of like masculine English in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Same with Russian.
Yep, and the country itself too is amazing. Like I want to go there so badly, and I just love everything about the culture and everything about Germany for sure. I drive an Audi for God's sake, so I love everything about it.
I've never
Damn.
I've never gotten to really travel the
You been?
globe. I've never been to Germany. I've never been out of the country really.
Well, let's go, guys.
All right,
Next
road trip.
next podcast in Berlin.
Berlin.
Hell yeah. Charles Stewart case, Boston Mayor Wu
Where is this going? To Berlin.
to Berlin. This one's Boston. Mayor Wu issues formal apology. I just really liked unjust, racist, and wrong. Mayor Wu apologizes for Boston's investigation of Stewart murder. Now, see,
What was Stewart murdered for?
We're just reading the headlines.
Boston mayor issue. Oh, here we go. A little bit more context. I like that Google gives me three versions of the same headline.
Oh yeah.
For context from 3 different places. Boston mayor issues apology to black men wrongfully arrested for a 1989 murder. There we go.
Okay, now we have some context.
Yes. It was unjust, racist, and wrong. Mayor Wu apologized. Imagine being an Asian woman apologizing for racist stuff done to black men in the 80s.
Yeah, no shit.
You had nothing to do with it. It wasn't even like liquor store owners or
Imagine
anything.
being white and being blamed for slavery nowadays.
Nah,
too.
dude,
Nothing
that
to
one's
fucking do.
relevant.
You had nothing to do with it.
That one's relevant. If
It's the
she
same
was
goddamn things.
if she was white, then it'd be
I was
fine.
born in 1990. I had nothing to goddamn do with that shit.
But who's your granddaddy? Judge gives prosecutors access to GOP lawmakers' messages in the January 6th case. Also, speaking of the January 6th case,
Still talking about this, man.
yeah, dude. but because of that,
He says, "Who's your granddaddy?" It moves along.
well, who your granddad? Also, speaking of the January 6th thing, that is also why Donald Trump is not on the Colorado ballot, and Trump is asking the Supreme Court to reject the special counsel and stay out of immunity dispute for now. What Donald Trump's doing a lot of things with the Supreme Court. I don't think he's moving a lot of places there, though. I personally don't know anything about politics, though.
Try and stay out of it as much as possible too. It's
It's your best course of action.
oh for sure, unless you don't value that friendship per family member.
Right. Some I don't. Minnesota replaced its racist flag. The new one is facing its own outrage.
My wife and I just talked about this.
What's the racist flag?
I thought it was something to do with Somalia.
Yeah, I think so too. Trolls right-wing crazies pushing Somali flag conspiracy. Does it still need final approval?
I thought it went through for whatever it was.
Oh, so their state flag looks like the Somali flag? Is that what they're saying?
The new one, the concept, I guess, don't quote me on any of this, but the new one, I guess, looked like the Somalian flag.
Okay, well, we're not reading into the article, so we're going to have to quote you on that. A plane load of migrants sent to O'Hare Airport by Texas Emergency Management.
Saw this today, too.
Oh, yeah. You need to stop looking at the news so much, man. Get it.
I'm not going to.
No, you're old. That's right.
It's true.
Texas,
Why can't I get a newspaper anymore? It's like I just want to sit and like read with my pipe and stuff. Like
That's what
old people do, right?
my papa does it.
Got to hang out with Papa sometime.
Yeah, there's wolves on Lauren Boebert's doorstep. Lauren Boebert rages over wolves on her doorstep. Slams reintroduction. She is slamming the reintroduction of gray wolves in Colorado. Man, Colorado is pissing off a lot of Republicans right now, dude.
Good thing they can just get high there.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's true. It's true.
There was only 5 wolves. Release of 5 wolves in the Release of 5 wolves in the Colorado mountains begins first of its kind state reintroduction effort. And she goes, "There's one on my doorstep right now."
Damn.
No, I highly doubt it. If there was just 5 wolves released into, I think she means her doorstep metaphorically.
I think so too, and I think they were politicians too.
The wolves?
Yeah.
Yeah. The gray wolves is just I couldn't think of even 5 fucking politicians.
You did great.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah.
Judge clears the way for Confederate Memorial at Arlington to come down. All right, how do we feel about that one? The removal of Confederate Memorial can resume, the judge rules. It doesn't say who it is, though.
Tearing down history.
Yeah.
Whatever, brother.
Yep.
You lost. You shouldn't have a fucking statue anyways.
It's true too, right? Like,
I'm sure they're like all being stored somewhere, and you could just open a museum for them somewhere if they want.
Yeah.
they're at the Smithsonian where Hunter was.
Yeah, dude. That's the Black History Museum.
What did you get at the Smithsonian again?
His
My
Barack
fucking-
Obama book.
My Barack Obama book that they stole from me.
That you stole from the Smithsonian.
No, I did not. I paid for that. They got cameras everywhere. It's fucking DC. What do you think?
Nicolas Cage.
Bay Area. That's true. What am I saying? He got that man stole the Declaration. You think I couldn't steal a fucking journal? You guys are hounded me over a journal.
Watch me, bitch.
There was one more here I wanted to get to. FBI agents search a home. That's also, I believe, stole my Obama book.
FBI agents? Yeah.
I stole it back.
Yeah.
Gotta go back and get it.
FBI agents search a home of a couple accused of burning a cross. See? In the Conway area. A white couple who burned a cross in their yard facing black neighbor's home. Well, if it's in their yard, it's going to face all the homes. All right? No.
I mean, we're Ku Kluxing with the best of them, I guess.
Yeah, harass black neighbors with burning cross.
I mean, that would do it.
Yeah, that is harass.
That would do it.
Also, that's funny because there was another article in here about the president of Harvard. Did Claudine Gay plagiarize or not? Speaking of plagiarizing, did Trump take from Hitler? Did Claudine Gay plagiarize the Harvard president? But there was also the questioning to the Harvard president, and I believe there was another president of another college, which was the question straight up was, maybe we can look for this, Kyle. I don't know. The question straight up was, is calling for the genocide of Jews,
I like where this is going.
bullying, or harassment, according to your code of conduct? And no one could give a straight yes or no answer.
How?
They said, well, when the it has to. Yeah, that's exactly it. You'll see how they answered.
At Penn, does calling for the genocide of Jews violate Penn's rules or code of conduct? Yes or no?
If the speech turns into conduct, it can be harassment. Yes.
I am asking,
Is speech not
specifically
conduct?
calling for the genocide of Jews, does that constitute bullying or harassment?
If the
Yes
speech
or no?
becomes if the speech becomes conduct, it can be harassment. Yes.
Conduct meaning committing the act of genocide? The answer is yes. And Dr. Gay, at Harvard, does
is
calling
funny.
for the genocide of Jews violate Harvard's rules of bullying and harassment? Yes or no?
It can be, depending on the context.
What's the context?
Targeted as an individual, at an individual.
It's
severe,
targeted at
pervasive.
Jewish students, Jewish individuals. I will ask you one
Many
more time.
individuals.
Does calling for the genocide of Jews violate Harvard's rules of bullying and harassment? Yes or no?
Anti-Semitic rhetoric. When
And is it
crosses into
anti-Semitic rhetoric?
Anti-Semitic rhetoric, when it crosses into conduct that amounts to bullying, harassment, intimidation, that is actionable
I think that's
conduct,
intimidating.
and we do take action.
How is this even a
the answer is
conversation?
yes. That
Is this
calling for the
real life?
genocide
There we
of
go.
Jews
So the answer is
violates
yes.
Harvard Code of Conduct. Correct.
Again, it depends on the context.
It does not depend on the context. The answer is yes, and
What's
this
her
is why
name?
you should resign. These are unacceptable answers
Chairwoman?
across the.
Context.
It does
it's
not
fine.
depend on the
I was
context.
trying to see her last name to see if she was Jewish.
It's just,
I want-
Mrs. Fox.
I
Or Miss Fox.
wanted to see. I
Text.
wanted to
the
see
answer
the camera.
is yes, and this is
handed
why you
Jews
should
in the
resign.
crowd.
These are
Yeah.
unacceptable answers across.
Yes, across the board, unacceptable answers.
Bro,
So-
we are straight up doomed.
Yeah. So, I mean, these are the smartest and brightest.
That was just a bunch of lawyer talk. They just told me you can't answer yes or no to any
Exactly.
questions.
You know, which I understand law wise, like lawyer wise,
But that's why we sit here and cringe.
but also
Yeah.
the speech. To say that speech is not conduct is a crazy line to draw.
Yeah.
But anyways,
He's right, though. I know there's always a rhetoric that you have to follow and stuff with those kind of court proceedings and stuff like that. But
It's
still,
just-
it's like, come on.
yeah, it's
is.
You
like-
know the answer to this question.
You're being a toddler right now, and I see. I get many of that on
The
my
reason why they're in the predicament is
TikTok.
because they haven't done anything about it yet.
Right.
right.
So
Precisely. So, it's time to revisit our segment that we're still working on our sound drop for, but it's coming. It's coming. But it's time for real talk. Not real talk, where we get honest and real here. It's time for real talk, for reels and TikToks.
Oh, okay.
And
This is going to be fun.
yeah, we're gonna visit an old friend of ours. His name is Tony, and we got two different clips here for you. And it's not this one, not the one you're on. Yep, we're gonna visit Tony here, and you tell me if there's anything interesting about what you hear.
What's up, homie? It's Tony. Check out this one. It is popular in the United States. This is an LED backlit sign. It's waterproof and can be used for outdoors. Any size can be customized. For customization, please check out the bio and contact us. We have 13 years of experiences in making signage. A sign like this, only 20 days from ordering to shipping to your address. We got the VIP account of FedEx and DHL.
Hell yeah,
we also
Tony.
got UL
That's
certification
good.
for our products. What kind of business do you have for these awesome signage like this one? Comment to let me know. And follow LC Signs.
So where do you think Tony's from?
It's it's difficult to point out, but not not anywhere from Asia. It sounds fake.
Well,
am I crazy for saying that?
I don't know, but there's another one,
Because
Kyle.
it sounded like, to me anyway, it went from like an Asian, like stereotypical Asian accent
No,
to
this
somewhat
isn't Tony.
southern.
That's racist.
To somewhat southern to somewhat like New York, I guess.
Yeah, no, go down. You're in the wrong notes. Down. Right. First reels one, big reels one.
I X'd out of it.
You're good. This is big town. This is the
big
other
order.
one. So it went.
We
You
got a
felt
big order this
Texas.
month. Let me show you how the product. This buyer is selling.
Is he
He
Russian?
runs a chain of bars, sells beers. Let's take a look at the effect of the Rybox. It would definitely look good.
This is a new one
hanging
for
in the
Tony.
store. And you can
My guy's
also
speaking
change the
Russian
posters.
style.
If there are new posters, just print out a new poster
In
of it.
English, showing a
You see,
poster
it
of a
is so
Brazilian
simple
beer.
to put it out. Such a bright Rybox, it only uses 1 watt of electricity in 7 days. What kind of business do you have for this slim Rybox?
You have.
Comment to let me
Dude,
know.
it's a perfect
And follow
Russian.
LC
He
site.
does a great
I
Russian.
randomly
Go
got
down.
the
Let's
big
see.
Tell me he says Dos Vidonia when he ends a video.
We got to visit his page again. Is there any any new reels, please?
That's the newest one.
Wait, okay, so let's go to another one where he's going to be doing a completely different one. The So You Can. Go to So You Can.
These are many ways to advertise your product, but the Lightbox
Russian.
is the most.
All right.
Seeing the poster so
Yeah,
seeing
wait.
the poster so beautiful, I couldn't help to use it to shoot a video. This Lightbox here take your store to the next level. Hang it in the store just like a 60-inch LCD TV. It's thin and bright, and you can change it to a poster. This poster can be changed after you put it out. You see, a Lightbox that costs less than $100 look like one that costs
Shout out to
$1,000.
LC Lightbox and Tony. Tony, I swear, sometimes dips into a Philly accent too. It's nice.
How can you make people remember your store? Of course, the first step is to provide that with a memory point. Check out our new product. Do you see where is the wire?
Is it
Does
Australian
look very
now?
special?
It's British or Australian,
The
I can't
letters
tell.
are connected not directly to the wire. This is a
now
conductive
lives-
glass LED
he now
letters.
lives in
We
Toronto,
electrify the
Shanghai.
glass by this wire here and put the letters on it. Any size can be customized. It's also very convenient to use. You only need a
58
plug.
languages,
You plug
now
it
it's
in
30
and it will light up.
passports.
Only the
Dude, let's get another accent. It's such a roll of the dice too, because it could be Australian, it could be English, it could be Southern.
I want dead
Hello,
monotone
Mud. I'm
English.
Tony. This is our latest trendy design LED light box. This is 10 centimeter thick and very human
It is,
design.
it really- that
because
one
its
is
diameter is
Australian,
80
it seemed
centimeters.
like.
That was 13.
Yeah, dude, that's Tony. Tony is an anomaly. I think it's really quite confusing.
I love Tony.
Yeah, I love Tony.
Oh man, he's easy to love. That's the cool thing. So I think last on our reels, and last before we get out of here, is the one we've been trying to see this whole time. You can put the
The out-of-tune Titanic
Yes.
theme. Yeah.
Right. It's perfect for copyright. So for those listening, I love how proud she is of it.
The recorder.
For those listening, if you've ever worked, have you been a waiter before or anything like that?
Oh my God, that is so.
I took cooking classes and stuff at Tech Center and stuff. So I haven't ever done a waiter's job or anything like that. But
Or even a
obviously
busboy
been
or- yeah.
I've been in a situation where this
Where you
is
have
common sense.
Where you have to fill ketchup or mustard. I've been to almost it not making sense for me.
What?
I had been at one point. I go, how do I? Oh, that's all it took though. That's all it took. It was how do I? Oh, and then this is a whole new level for those listening. We are refilling a mustard I feel the way you're looking at me, and I don't like it. We're refilling. I'm saying that's how quick it was. I go, how do I? Oh, duh.
It's not judgy, I promise.
But they're refilling a mustard bottle. It's one of the squeeze like squirt tops with the fine tip on it that you see your everyday diner mustard, and the top is on it, but they have to pour the bag into it. And so he goes, how do I pour it into the nozzle? So she goes, don't worry, just take the nozzle,
flip it upside down.
And flip it upside down so it funnels into it.
Yeah.
Rather than just taking it off completely and pouring it straight into the bottle.
You can tell my man at the back there, too, that saw at the end, like, you could just see he lost brain cells just looking at it.
He goes,
yeah.
Where he looks like he's actually about to fire him right now. Or he doesn't know whether to fire them.
She's clapping.
Yeah, I know. She's clapping like she goes, see?
It's because her mind's blown.
She goes, see? We fixed it. This is how you do it. As if that's how she does it all the time and then just waits for it to drain down into the bottle. You got to do it like a suction type.
The first comment has the
my man's a manager is finally thinking like, oh, no wonder it took 45 minutes for you to do that last time.
Exactly. The first comment is, when you blame the ones who don't know, I say they haven't been trained properly. So he's to blame. So he shouldn't have walked away. He's the problem. Are you kidding me? We can't rely on common sense here.
No, that's the problem with America. But that's not in America, so we shouldn't care.
How do you know it's not in America?
You're right. My bad.
Where is this going?
Where is this going? Maybe Singapore or wherever those people were from. Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
Treading the line there, buddy.
I said or. That's been about our podcast. Nick, I really want to thank you so much for coming out. And I want to remind you all to check out Dutchie's Green Room over there at Dutch Roots at 321 Douglas Avenue, here in Holland on the north side. On your way out to the beach, check out Sluggo's too. They got some bomb-ass breadsticks. But
Straight
most
up.
importantly, get your yoga, get your sound bath, get your stickers. The joint wasn't infused, was it? It just burned slowly and just really
burns
well.
Nice and slow and really well.
Oh,
but no, thank you for having me on, man. It was a privilege, and I would love to do it again anytime you want to have me, bro.
I would love to have you back. You're a very fun man, and you're 35. We all learned.
All right, let's let it go.
Sorry, my apologies.
That's a wrap.
Go ahead and follow Nick and the crew on Instagram at Dutchie's Green Room, DUTCHIES Green Room on Instagram and Facebook. And on Instagram, follow Dutch Roots Holland for more of the yoga and sound bath and the apparel and things like that.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. And check them out on Facebook, of course. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Where's This Going Pod. And please subscribe to the YouTube. Share this episode with your friends. Tell everybody you know about Dutch Roots and Where's This Going. YouTube.com/Hunter Miles. Where's This Going Pod on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, _Hunter Miles. And of course, see you next week. And as Q would say, love, peace, and chicken grease.
Go see Hunter's comedy stuff. He's great.
Thank you.
End the podcast with a dance off.
Oh, I'm not dancing.
I can't dance, man. I'm 35, remember?
Oh, he's winning now. He's winning.
This isn't my jam, but I'll do what I can.